On this episode of Techtorials, we will discuss social engineering. Wikipedia defines social engineering as the art of manipulating people into performing actions or divulging confidential information, rather than by breaking in or using technical cracking techniques. In other words, someone who wants your information takes advantage of a person's natural human tendency to trust and want to help. These people are generally called hackers. Although the methods may be different, the basic goal of social engineering is the same as all hacking: to gain unauthorized access to a system, and more importantly, to the information on that system, to commit fraud, identity theft, or general disruptions of the system or computer networks. Social engineering attacks can be accomplished in many ways. An intruder can walk into a workplace and pretend to be someone of importance or someone who should have access to the various offices and areas, such as a maintenance worker or an IT support person. This intruder, once they gain access, can then go on a scavenger hunt until he or she finds passwords laying around. It is amazing how many people keep their passwords in their top drawer, under their keyboard, or even taped directly to their monitor. Another technique is called shoulder surfing. Shoulder surfing is where someone will just watch a person or employee type in their password. This is easily done in places where you go to use public wireless internet services, such as Starbucks or McDonald's. Hackers will also search through trash or do dumpster diving to see if they can find important documents such as company phone books, organizational charts, vacation schedules, printouts of usernames and passwords, and so on. While some of these documents might not seem that important, it gives the hacker a wealth of information that he or she can use to gain more access. Company phone books give names of people the hacker can target or impersonate. Organizational charts let the hacker know who the people of importance are, and vacation schedules let them know when they are in or when they're not. Probably the most prevalent type of social engineering attack is done by the phone. The caller can pretend to be an employee or contractor of a company or financial institution and gradually pull information from their target. Help desks are particularly vulnerable because they are specifically designed to help. A hacker can call a target and impersonate a help desk or IT support employee and talk someone into giving out their password. They may also try to use intimidation tactics and threats of closing accounts and legal action if they do not cooperate with the company. As scary as this all sounds, there are many ways to protect yourself from these types of scams and attacks. First of all, never leave a password laying around to be found. It is sometimes hard to come up with a password that is both easy to remember and hard enough not to be guessed by hackers. But it is of the utmost importance if you want to keep your identity and information safe. If you do need to write your password down, store it in a lockbox or safe that only you have the key or combination to. At work, store this paper in a drawer or filing cabinet that locks and only you have the access to. Second, know your coworkers. Here at CCAC, sometimes we have staff that come and go and are often moved to other campuses to fulfill staffing needs. This is especially true of the ITS staff. If you see a new face, do not assume that they are authorized to work in your space or be in the office just because they say so. If you question anyone, or you see anyone acting suspiciously and do not recognize them, call security or your supervisor and take immediate action. It is better to be safe and learn new faces than to be sorry when the information is stolen from your area. Third, be aware of your surroundings. If you're going to use public Wi-Fi connections at stores, most of the times these connections are not secure. It is suggested that you do not make any transactions online at these cafes and stores. Also, take note of anyone who is paying a little bit too much attention to you. Fourth, any important documents you are responsible for or manage should be disposed of in a manner that makes it nearly impossible for hackers to reuse. Shredding is often a good way to do this. If you are responsible for any rosters, financial data, vacation planners, or old company telephone directories, they should be shredded. Lastly, when it comes to phone calls, make sure that there's a procedure in place to verify and authenticate who you are speaking to. Many phones have caller ID, and this can help decipher if the caller is legitimate or not. Whether you're at home or here at work, Do not be intimidated by threats at the other end of the phone. If you question the validity of the phone call or threat, ask to speak to the caller's manager or get a phone number to call and verify if this threat is legitimate and true. Use the internet as a tool to gather information as well. Most importantly, never give out information without proper authorization from your supervisor or campus authority. Here at CCAC, we never send out emails or call people specifically for usernames or passwords. Many scams have come through the school, and unfortunately some people have been tricked by these scams. This email looks authentic, but comes from a scammer looking to find a way to hack into the CCAC system. Any emails sent out by the ITS Service Desk are always marked official with our approved logo, email, and phone number in the bottom left-hand corner. If you ever get a suspicious email, do not open it, but call the service desk immediately at extension 3275 and verify the validity of the email. Also, when anyone calls the service desk looking for information about usernames and passwords, a series of authentication questions are used to verify the person is who they say they are. If suspicious activity or threats arise from any user account, the college reserves the right to disable the employee or student's network account. The ITS department works diligently to keep this information safe. To keep up with current advisories and updates, please go to http://webdev.ccac.edu/token/security.htm. We hope that you find this tutorial informational and helpful. This information has been brought to you by the ITS Service Desk, your best friend in technology.